In my cooking classes, I teach people how to use unique and different food products that they've probably never heard of before. Welcome to Healthy Cooking with Val. Hi, I'm Chef Valerie Wilson. I'm here today to teach you all about mochi. You probably have never heard of it, but it's actually one of my favorite ingredients to cook with. What is mochi? Well, mochi is sweet brown rice that's been cooked and then pounded. You find it at health food stores and it looks just like this. It's a traditional food that they've been eating for thousands of years in the Orient. In fact, they consider it a delicacy there because they usually eat it traditionally on their New Year's Eve celebration. It's actually the grandmother and the grandfather's job to make the mochi. They put the sweet brown rice in a big bowl, and the grandmother turns the bowl a little bit while the grandfather takes a big wooden mallet and he pounds it. So the two of them create this mochi together. And what happens when you pound the sweet brown rice? Well, it becomes sticky and gooey and really sweet to the taste. So it's a special treat for their New Year's celebration. A lot of times they form it into balls and then they roll it in sesame seeds, and sometimes they deep fry it. Yum, it is so good. Now, once you buy it and get it home, you're going to look on the back of the package and you're going to see that it tells you to cut it in little squares, put it on a cookie sheet, and bake it in the oven. It puffs up and makes a delicious snack. It kind of tastes like a rice cake. It's crunchy on the outside and it's gooey on the inside. Very, very delicious. But my favorite way to cook with the mochi is to grate it. That's right, I said grate it. Now, it is relatively hard. So you're going to take this home and then you're going to grate it. Preferably if you have a food processor with a grating blade. Makes it really easy. And then I put grated mochi in a Ziploc bag and I throw it in my freezer. So I always have it on hand. And the reason why you want to have this food on hand all the time is because you can add it to a lot of different recipes. This grated mochi, when added to soup, will thicken up the soup and make a nice thick broth for you. You can also put it in casseroles, and it makes the casseroles really gooey. And what food is gooey? Cheese, right? So this is my cheese substitute. Now, right out of the package, is it going to taste like cheese? No, it's not. You got to make a cheese sauce with it. So here's what I do. I take 2 cups of grated mochi. I take 1/3 of a cup of my naturally fermented tamari, which is salty to the taste. And then I take 1/3 a cup of tahini, which is your sesame seed butter. This is your fat, because cheese is salty, fatty, and gooey, right? So these are the 3 components that I use. And then I add about, 1.5 cups of water, put it on a pot, and on a low temperature on the stove, you slowly melt these ingredients together. And I get this mochi cheese sauce. This is actually one of my favorite foods. I make nachos with this. I make a to die for cheese fondue. Yum. And then again, you can also put this over vegetables, bake them in the oven, and you got like a cheesy vegetable casserole, like broccoli and cauliflower. Yum. I also love vegetarian hot dogs with this cheese sauce. And if you go to my website, macroval.com, you can purchase my cookbook, Perceptions in Healthy Cooking, where I have one of my all-time favorite recipes, macaroni and mochi, my version of macaroni and cheese. And the way that I make it, it really reminds me of my mom's homemade macaroni and cheese growing up as a kid. Now, if you get a chance, check out my Facebook page, Macro Val Food. And you can actually leave me comments and let me know what you think of this mochi cheese sauce after you buy the mochi and make this for yourself. Remember, your journey to eating healthy begins with one small step. Let's make that step mochi. Mmm.